Good day everyone, I'm Joshua Marta Pascual from BSE 3B Mathematics. For today's video lesson, we're now applying the Q-tips strategies in solving real-world problems in Mathematics 9. So, to enhance our understanding of quadratic equation, we will learn how to determine whether the situation illustrates a quadratic equation. First is to identify the question that is being asked in the problem and restate the question in your own words to make sure that you understand what is being asked. Let's read the first sample situation here. If the square of a number is added to 8 times the number, the result is 100. Reread the entire problem and choose the best operation to help you solve the question. The operation is what you do with the numbers to get the answer. Again, if the square of a number is added to 8 times the number, the result is 100. Since there is no specified or indicated variable, we will just use x. So, square of a number can be translated as x squared. Added to in symbols is just plus sign. 8 times the number can be translated as 8x. The result is 100 in symbol is equal to 100. The information is the number needed to solve the problem. When looking for numbers, be sure to eliminate any unnecessary information. Hence, the situation can be expressed as x squared plus 8x is equals to 100. Obviously, the equation is quadratic. The plan is where you write down the problem as you plan to solve it, your game plan or strategy for solving the question. Since the highest exponent of the variable x is 2, now let's write it in standard by applying the subtraction property of equality. The resulting equation is equals to x squared plus 8x minus 100 is equals to 0. The solution is when you are able to give an answer to your plan that also answers your original question. 0. So that is quadratic equation. So that is the answer to the given situation in quadratic equation, where we use the Q-tips problem-solving strategies. Another one is Mrs. Bernadilla charged 2,655 peso worth of groceries on her credit card. The balance of her credit card after she made a payment is 2,450 pesos. The situation can be represented by the equation x minus 2,655 is equals to 2,450, where x was the balance in the credit card before. Mrs. Bernadilla made the payment, and since the variable raised to 1, the equation is not quadratic. The situation does not illustrate as a quadratic equation. We also use Q-tips problem-solving strategies in this word situation step by step, and we answer it easily, and the answer is not quadratic. Thank you. And this is all for today. Ingat kayo and God bless.
Good day everyone, this is Arginel Reyes Caballero from BSE 3B Mathematics of NUST San Isidro Campus. For this video, I am going to solve a word problem from grade 9 topic, and I am going to use the 5-step problem solving strategy or the Q-tips. Q stands for questions, T for thoughts, I for important information, P for plan, and S for solution. Let us start, and here is our problem. Junel, a fruit vendor, sold twice as much pears in the afternoon than in the morning. If he sold 360 kilograms of pears that day, How many kilograms did he sell in the morning and how many in the afternoon? Let us start solving it by our first step, the Q, which is the question. After reading the problem, you need to know what is the question you need to answer. So for this problem, the question is, if we sold 360 kilograms of pears that day, how many kilograms did he sell in the morning and how many in the afternoon? You may highlight or underline the question for you to remember or understand it along the way. You may also translate it in your own language for better understanding. The second way or step is letter T, which is the thoughts. Now that you know the question, then the next thing you should do is to know the thought of that question for you to know what operation or operations you're going to use. So for this problem, the question is, how many kilograms did he sell in the morning and how many in the afternoon? And from this question, we can say that the operations we need are addition, division, and multiplication. Because there are two different times, so we're going to add both of them and divide it to the total kilograms that he sold on that day. Or we may multiply the number of kilograms he sold in the morning by 2, since it says that the kilograms he sold in the afternoon is twice than in the morning. Let us proceed to letter I, that stands for important information. After knowing the thought of our problem or question, we need to locate the important information that will support our solution for us to get the correct answer. So let us read again the problem to get those important informations that we need. Junel, a fruit vendor, sold twice as much pears in the afternoon than in the morning. So we can say that the quantity of kilograms of pears that sold in the afternoon is twice the number in the morning. If he sold 360 kilograms of pears that day, how many kilograms did he sell in the morning and how many in the afternoon? We have another information which is the total kilograms he sold that day, and it is equal to 360 kilograms. Take note that other informations in the problem are not important and can ignore while solving the problem. So it is crucial for you to analyze those informations. Let's go to the next step, the letter P, which is equal to plan. After knowing the question, thought, important information, we can now make the plan to solve the problem. So for us to answer how many kilograms sold in the morning and the afternoon, let us use those informations we gathered to have a strategy. Let's have X as the number of kilograms he sold in the morning and 2X for the afternoon. So the total is X plus 2X and it is equal to 3X. This must be equal to 360 kilograms. After having a plan, we may now proceed to S, which is the solution. So we have here 3X is equal to 360. We divide both sides by 3. Then we have 3X divided by 3 is equal to X. And 360 divided by 3 is equal to 120. So our X is equal to 120. Therefore, Junel sold 120 kilogram in the morning and 2 times 100 kilogram is equal to 240 kilogram, and that is for the afternoon. We all know that the twice of 120 is equal to 240, and that is for the afternoon. So the total of them is 360. Let's go back to our questions for us to check if we answered them. And the questions are, how many kilograms did he sell in the morning? And how many in the afternoon? We provided 2 answers for 2 questions. So we can say that we are done solving this problem. That is how to use the 5-step problem-solving strategy or the Q-tips. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you have clarifications, just comment it down and we can make another video for that. Again, this is Arginal Reyes Caballero. Thank you for watching.
A pleasant day, everyone. I am Abigail C. De Guzman from BSE 3B Mathematics. In this lesson, I am going to teach you on how to solve a real-world problem using Q-tips. But first of all, let me discuss first what is Q-tips and its importance in solving mathematical problems. So Q-tips is a new strategy for solving mathematical problems. So Q stands for questions, T is for thoughts, I is the important information, P is plan about the problem, and S is the solution or the sentence. There are some problems that are really difficult to comprehend and solve. Therefore, many of the students are struggling to get the correct answer. But with the help of Q-tips, it makes it easier for us to understand what is being asked and what we are going to solve. In order to establish a plan and solution to the problem, we must first analyze and assess the problem. This technique guides us through a step-by-step process for solving difficulties in mathematics and real-life situations. So I have here a real-life problem and let us try to solve this. The problem is, a rectangular frame has an area of 45 square centimeter and a perimeter of 28 centimeter. What are the dimensions of the frame? First, for us to solve the problem, you have to understand the problem. So, what question is being asked here? Okay, what are the dimensions of the frame? In the given problem, it says here that the area of the rectangular frame is 45 square centimeter. In finding the area of a rectangle, that is length times width, and that is 45. In perimeter, the formula is the sum of twice its length and twice its width, and that is 28 centimeter. First, you must understand the problem. Now, let us write the equation. So, we have now x squared plus b over ax plus c over a is equal to 0, where negative b over a is the sum of roots and c over a is the product. For us to find the sum of the given statement, so we have negative b over a is equal to 14, or b over a is equal to negative 14. Why it becomes 14? Because we can divide the sum of its twice of its length and twice of its width by 2. So 2 divided by 2, that is length, and again 2 divided by 2, that is width. And then 28 divided by 2 is 14. Therefore, we will have length plus width is equal to 14. That is why we get the sum of the roots. For the product, since we already have the product which is length times width is equal to 45, therefore, our c over a is 45. Again, we have negative b over a is 14, or b over a is equal to negative 14, and our c over a is equal to 45. So, let us solve the equation. X squared plus b over ax plus c over a is equal to 0. So, what we are going to do is just to substitute the values for the sum and the product. So, our b over a is equal to negative 14x plus the c over a is equal to 45. So, x squared minus 14x plus 45 is equal to 0. So, let us simplify. So, we have x squared minus 14x plus 45 is equal to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation which we can simplify using factoring. So, x squared minus 14x plus 45. So, we can have it x minus 5 times x minus 9 is equal to 0. Since we already have these factors, we are going to equate these factors by 0. So we will have x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 9 is equal to 0. So let us solve for the values of x. So we have x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 9. So this implies that the width of the frame is 5 cm and its length is 9 cm. Now, how we can know that the length is 9 cm? So we all know that the length is always longer than its width. Now, let us check. Let's go back to the problem. A rectangular frame has an area. So how do we get an area? By multiplying the length and the width. So 5 times 9 is equal to 45 square centimeter. And for the perimeter, we will be adding twice its width and twice its length. So our width is 3, so we will multiply it twice. So 5 times 2 is equal to 10. Then the length is 9, so 9 times 2 is 18. So 10 plus 18 is 28 centimeters. So it says that our solution is true in the given problem. That is all for today. I hope you learned something on this lesson. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.
Good day everyone, this is Shailene Vargas from BSE 3B Mathematics. For today, our task is to solve real-world problem using Q-tips or the step-by-step process in solving mathematical problems. Q-tips stands for question, thought, important information, plan, and solution. So our word problem for today is from grade 9 algebra. So here is our word problem. Taylor is 2 times as old as Selena. The sum of their ages is 30. How old are Taylor and Selena? So our first step is the question. So we need to identify what is the question being asked to the problem. So the question is, how old are Taylor and Selena? So in our own language, Filipino, ilang taong gulang sina Taylor at Selena? We are going to find their age. Second step is the thought. So what do you think are the operations being used to find the answer? So since this is algebra word problem, so we will be able to encounter the different operations like addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So as we solve algebraic equation, we can also use the division property of equality. So third step is important information. For short are the given data. These are the numbers and clues that we can use as we solve the problem. So our given are Taylor's age, which is 2 times Selena's age. So let Selena's age represent x. So therefore, Taylor's age is 2x. So another given is 30, which is the sum of the age of Taylor and Selena. Fourth step is the plan. So in this step, we are going to have strategies, techniques, or the step-by-step method on how we are going to solve the problem. So what are we going to do first and what are we going to do next? So this serve as the guide or the flow in solving the whole problem. So our plan, let's have the variable for Selena's age, which is x. So let x is the Selena's age. Therefore, we have the Taylor's age, which is 2x, because Taylor's age is twice as old as Selena. So with that, we have our equation that lead us to find the answer. So our equation will be x plus 2x is equal to 30. So as it said in the problem,
30 is the sum of their ages. Now, we proceed to our last step, which is the solution. So our solution, we're gonna write first the equation x plus 2x is equal to 30. So x plus 2x is equal to 3x. So 3x is equal to 30. Using division property of equality, we're gonna divide both sides by 3. So 3x divided by 3 is equal to x. 30 divided by 3 is equal to 10. Therefore, x is equal to 10 and 10 is Selena's age. So as it's said in the problem, that age of Taylor is twice as old as Selena. Therefore, we're gonna multiply the age of Selena into 2. So 2 times x is equal to Taylor's age. We're gonna substitute the value of x, which is 10, to x. So 2 times 10 is equal to 20. Therefore, the age of Taylor is 20. In conclusion, Selena's age is 10 and Taylor's age is 20. So I hope you gonna learn something from our task for today. So I hope using the Q-tips or the question taught important information, plan, and solution, you will be able to solve also mathematical problems in your own. So thank you and God bless you all.
Good day everyone, my name is Untitled Chapter from BSc 3B Mathematics. So our lesson for today is that I will provide an example of solving real-life word problems using completing the square, which is our last lesson, quadratic equations by completing the square. So first, I will read the questions. Television screens are usually measured by the length of its diagonal. The television set has a 60-inch diagonal. The screen is 12-inch wider than its height. Find the dimensions of the screen. So having read the questions, we can finally analyze it. So what are we looking for? What are the clues? What are the given? And what is the missing part? So we can say that we will have to find the dimensions of the television screen. And since height and width is not outwardly given, we can let x be the height and width will be x plus 12 inches, since it says that the screen is 12-inch wider than its height. And diagonal is already given, which is 60 inches. So we already have our given variables. Next is finding how can we solve this particular problem or what formula to use. So the clue is diagonal. Since the question gave diagonal, we can say that we can solve this particular problem by using Pythagorean theorem. So x will be a, width will be b, and the diagonal will be c. So x squared plus the quantity x plus 12 squared equals 60 squared. So we have to expand x plus 12 squared, and the answer will be x squared plus 24x plus 144 equals 3,600. We have to subtract 144 on both sides. 2x squared plus 24x equals 3,456. Since all of the terms are divisible by 2, we can divide both sides by 2. X squared plus 12x equals 1,728. So what can be added to x squared plus 12x to make it a perfect square? We can add 36 on both sides, and x squared plus 12x plus 36 is a perfect square. So the quantity x plus 6 squared equals 1764. The square root of both sides, x plus 6 equals positive and negative 42. So we will have two possible answers. One is positive and one is negative. Our excess is 36 and the other is negative 48. Since what we are looking for is a distance, and distance cannot be negative, so we will use the positive one. So our height is 36 inches and our width is 36 plus 12, which is 48. So our dimensions now is 36 inches by 48 inches. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Good day and God bless everyone.
Good day everyone, I am Glory Andigi Itang from BSE 3B Mathematics. For today's video, we are going to solve a word problem about variation using the 5 steps problem solving strategy on what we call the Q-tips. Q-tips means Q for question, T for thoughts, I for important information, P for plan, and S for solution. We have to learn these steps to solve every word problem that we take because it is a big help for us who have difficulties in solving a problem. And now, are you ready class to learn our new topic or lesson? So, here we go. So, here's the problem involving variation. At 60 kilometers per hour, it takes Loida 10 hours to travel from where she stays in Metro Manila to her house in the province. How long it take her if she travels at 80 kilometers an hour? So first, we have to know what questions we have to answer, and most importantly, we have to understand the problem. So at 60 kilometers per hour, it takes Loida 10 hours to travel from where she stays in Metro Manila to her house in the province. It is to find out how long will it take Loida if she travel at 80 kilometers per hour. So for the second step, the thoughts, we have to know the thought about this problem. We have to choose the best operation to help us solve this problem. In this problem, our topic is all about variation. Our operation needed is multiplication and division since the formula are related in it. So, for our third step, which is important information, we need to find out what is the important information in our problem. So, the information needed to solve this problem are the numbers. So, the numbers are 60 kilometers per hour and 10 hours are the given in the problem, and 80 kilometers an hour, which is the questions we need to answer. That's the numbers needed to solve the problem. And take note that when looking for numbers, we have to be sure to eliminate any unnecessary information. So in our fourth step, the plan or the problem, we have to know our plan to solve the problem. Since our formula is S is equal to K over T, we will be using it, wherein S is the speed in kilometers per hour, T is the time in hours, and K is the distance from where Loida stays in Metro Manila to her house in the province. So given S is equals to 60, T is equal to 10, K is unknown, so we need to find the K. So for the last step, which is the solution. In the last step, we have to know the solution. It is when we are able to give an answer to our plan that also answers our questions or given problem. So the formula is S is equal to k over t. So our s is 60, the speed, and t is equal to 10 wherein that time of the given problem. So k is obtained by getting the product of s and t. So k is equal to s times t. For substituting to derive equation, the values of s and t, we have k is equal to 60 times 10. So 60 times 10 is equal to 600. The distance traveled by Loida is 600 kilometers. So we have now 600 over t. So how long will it take her if she travels at 80 kilometers an hour? So here, t is equal to unknown and s is equal to 80. By substituting the value of equation, we have 80 is equal to 600 divided by t. To get the value of t, we have to divide 600 by 80. So t is equal to 600 over 80. So our t now is 7.5 or 7.5. It will take Loida 7.5 hours to travel the distance at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour. So here 7.5 or 7.5 are the answer on this given problem. Again, I am Glory and DG Itang from BSE 3B Mathematics. Thank you for watching.